40 days of silence from Washington, and America's government is still in the state of shutdown. We are seeing a political battle taking shape between the Democrats and Republicans of America, and the battlefield is the house and home of every ordinary citizens, as they are getting impacted by the longest shutdown in the history of United States of America. But on this Sunday night, voting in the Senate could change it. So there is a possibility of this deal between the president of US Trump and Democrat Party that might terminate the shutdown, and Senate is likely to vote on this advancing bill as such. So what kind of compromise we have seen taking shape between between voting call as Democratic senators and Trump? Let us try to understand in more detail. So first of all, to give you an idea about the Senate action, the voting is going to take place on the House passed bill, and if this bill is passed by Senate, again obviously it has to be referred to House of Representatives and the presidential office. But if suppose this bill is passed by Senate, in that case short-term funding will be made available to the US government. That will be available till January 2026. That means US government can reopen, and the salaries which has been not paid to the government workers can be repaid back. Now also this bill will ensure 3 full year appropriation bill with a single aim of reopening of government as such. Now interestingly, for the first time, bipartisan support seems to be taking shape around this bill, as we know that though Senate is largely dominated by Republicans, the needed support of 8 Democrat senators to support this GOP. GOP is other name that is given to the Republican Party, that is Grand Old Party, because it is the oldest party of US. That is the footnote you can keep in mind. Now, if 8 Democrats, if they are able to support this bill and they vote in favor of this bill, then they will have enough vote to pass Senate as such. Then cooperation is something that we are seeing taking shape despite divisions. If we talk about the House, once the bill is passed in the Senate, it must be returned to the House of Representatives, that we know is the lower house of the US Parliament, and the final approval will be given by the President Donald Trump. That means even if the bill is passed today, it does not mean that the US government will be able to reopen quickly. It could take several days for the bill to finally show its effect as such. Now, this entire dispute, whether it is about the Republicans versus Democrats or Trump versus Democrat, is largely about the Affordable Care Act and the subsidies associated with it. Affordable Care Act is also popularly known as Obamacare, as it was launched by Barack Obama, the then President of United States of America. And the major Democratic demand was that to ensure that the subsidies are transferred, and that was linked to reopening of agreement as such. The deal was overall brokered by Senator Hassan, Shaheen and Senator King. Now, also, if the US government is able to reopen, obviously we'll see the reversal of mass layoff that was done by US government to reduce its expenditure. SNAP, that is a food aid which was funded for 1 year, again will be something that will be reintroduced as such. And overall, federal employees who have not received salaries and wages for many days, now they will be able to receive it. And especially since the New Year and Christmas is around the corner, it would boost economy as well and boost overall public satisfaction in the government also. Now, shutdown impact to some extent we can say being mitigated as such. If you talk about shutdown, it has been a very significant event in the recent history of United States, because it has been the longest recorded shutdown as far as US government is concerned. As we know that because of this food aid, if you talk about national park, which is controlled by the federal government, air travel were disrupted. Many of the flights we have seen, thousands of flights by United Airlines were cancelled because of this air traffic control. There was shortage as such, and that is why even those companies, private companies who are willing to move people from one place to the place, they were not able to resume their operation. Many of the flights had to be cancelled as such, and there was a travel risk, because you know that this is the time duration where a lot of important festivals are being celebrated or are being celebrated in United States of America, including Thanksgiving as such. Now, before moving forward, I would want to bring your attention to the fact that Legacy IAS Academy is going to soon commence batches. The batches are going to start for weekday students on the 10th of November and further on 15th of December. Then we are going to soon start batches for the weekend students on the 6th of December. In these batches, we ensure comprehensive coverage of GS paper, one-to-one mentorship and doubt solving sessions. And as we know that integrated approach is required for UPSC, we have a daily mains answer writing practice session, plus every week you will have test series for prelims and mains examination. We also ensure 360-degree coverage of current affairs as the demand of UPSC is. And if you want to know more detail about this features, programs and all, you can click the link in the description box of this particular video, or you can give a call to the number being displayed here. Now, the main reason why shutdown has become a controversial topic, obviously, is because of the economic concern. If shutdown is something that is not reversed fast, it is believed that the fourth quarter growth of United States is going to turn in the negative territory, and that is already getting impacted because of air travel slowdown. Because we know that air travel is not only for people to have leisure travel, it also is the way how businesses are able to communicate, coordinate with each other, and because of the muting air travel, we have seen muted business activity as well, and that is how we can link with the negative quarter growth. White House economic advisor has warned of recession as well if we are not able to reach certain deals, or if the Democrats or Republicans are not able to reach a deal to reopen the government. Overall, markets and public sentiment has dropped in recent time. That is clearly visible in the crashing of US 100. US 100, as you can understand, is something we can consider as equivalent to the Sensex of India as such. So we have seen it turning red in the last few weeks after charting a growth trajectory. Now, Trump's healthcare push is something, and why they were not able to reach a deal before, because first of all, Trump has asked to replace the Affordable Care Act subsidies with a direct payment to every what we call as the citizen as such. So he said that subsidies are something that is acting as a windfall for insurers. He's trying to say it is the health insurance companies who are largely deriving benefit of these subsidies, while the individual consumer is being short-handed as such. GOP has stated that there cannot be any negotiation until government reopen. That is the stand which they have taken. Democrats, on the other hand, they feel that if they give to this pressure, if they agree to reopen the government, there will be rollback of ACA protection, that is Affordable Care Act protection, or Obamacare protection to the citizens of United States as such. And because it is one of the major what you can call it is one of the major intervention taken in the sphere of affordable healthcare in US, it might lead to further dissatisfaction and further healthcare related issues to the general public. Now, what we can understand is that this entire situation reflects to a political divide and about the outlook and the ideological battle between Democrats and Republicans. Because again, Schumer proposal that was earlier given by Democrats, it has been rejected. GOP is firm on reopening first. Republicans have clearly stated earlier that they will not talk and negotiate about affordable health care unless and until there is a reopening of government. Overall, all the people of the United States of America who are directly and indirectly impacted by this shutdown, they are watching for compromises, and they're hoping that compromise will take place before holiday season begin. Now, obviously, a right step has been taken in this particular direction, but we have to wait, watch, and see how this entire situation unfolds in next 1 week, and then the entire trajectory of US government and the possibility of its reopening can be clearly seen. That is all for this particular video. If you like the video, please hit the like button, share it with your aspirants, as well as subscribe to the channel for more such content. Thank you very much.